What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And I hope you like this video. We are here to talk about Run the World. Yes, I got behind, but we're going to get caught up, okay? So Run the World, this is season 2, episode 4. So this episode is all about the three ladies are going to the same therapist now. I don't know if I would feel comfortable with going to the same therapist as my best friends, because, I mean, not to say that I would talk about them, but just, I don't know. But anyway, so they all have the same therapist, and so Renee is living her best life, right? This is Renee's situation is when you think you're getting everything you want kind of thing, right? Remember in the last episode, she met this billionaire guy who was like homeboy, down to earth. They were cracking jokes. They were enjoying themselves down to the mixer. And he asked her out on a date, and she shows up like they getting ready to just go to like a nice, 5-star restaurant. No, he has his private jet, loaded up, ready to go down to New Orleans because she said she like, New Orleans cuisine. And, on one hand, she was like, okay, you doing too much. Like, I'm not about to get on no plane with you and fly to New Orleans for dinner. Like, you're doing too much. But then, he sort of talks her into it and convinces her to do it. So they get on the flight and they go. But of course, it's like, this is what you think you want. You want to meet the billionaire homeboy that's down to earth. But what she really wants is to get her business going, right? And they get real comfortable real fast. He's staying at her house, she going to his house, and he's giving her suggestions on things she should do, and he is helping her getting some clients, right? But ultimately, he wants to live this like baller lifestyle, and she realizes that maybe this isn't really the lifestyle for me, kind of thing. And at the end of the episode, she's talking to the therapist about, hey, this man has everything I want. He's this, he's that, he's great, he's whatever. But then the therapist helps her come to the realization that maybe not so much. Maybe this isn't all that I want it to be or I need it to be for my personal life. So then Sandy and we left Sandy and her man in the middle of the, well, not in the street, but in her apartment fighting over the fact that she hid this apartment from him. Now, ultimately, it actually, and did I mention that their new therapist is Cree Summer? Yes, girl, that's my girl. But anyway, ultimately, though, it seems like, I lost my train of thought. But ultimately, though, it worked out that she still had the apartment because, of course, they needed some place to stay while his house was being renovated. And he was like, I guess this worked out. But, first of all, I need you to stop lying to me, okay? And second of all, when all of this is over, you are going to give up this apartment and you are going to be with us. I need you to make that permanent commitment. And, of course, she's like, yes, of course I will. Yes, that's great. But, of course, again, the reason why she sort of held on to the apartment is still kind of in the back of her mind, right? She also has a situation where she's invited to come and speak on a podcast where she's going against, like, an Ann Coulter type person. And she basically obliterates her, but she also obliterates the host because she knew that the host was trying to kind of like set her up. And of course, it's on YouTube and it's sort of going viral. So she's kind of getting her shine and coming into her own. And as she's talking to the therapist, she's realizing that she doesn't know if she's ready for full-time stepmommy commitment, right? She's just getting into her career. She's just really figuring out that these are all of the things that she can do with her career and the places that she can go. And she's just not sure if this is, the direction that she wants to head in. So with all of those things, she's realizing that maybe this isn't the relationship that I want it to be. And she actually says that she's going to break up with him. But he actually ends up proposing to her. And she runs out of the restaurant. And, she soul searches. She talks to her girls because she told her girls she was going to break up with him, but he proposed. And after talking to her girls, she realizes, yeah, I can't marry him. Like, I hate to break his heart, my bad, but I can't do this. So she ends up coming back home, and he was like, "Let me guess, your answer is not yes, right?" And she tells him no, that she's just not ready for this, and we see her and her, we see her and her girls, being there for her in that moment. Now Whitney, in her situation, child, she's going to the therapist, trying to let the therapist know that she, got her life back on track. She's ready to make this thing happen, and she actually gets set up by her pastor slash marriage counselor. He sets her up to talk to Olu. And his name Olu. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Her ex fiance. And he is still angry, and he is still, I guess, trying to get her to, I don't know what he wants from her at this point. Like, she apologized, it happened, but her therapist tried to get her to understand why she did it. She said, the question I need to ask you is, why did you tell him? I mean, it happened, you got away with it, and you could have very well walked into this marriage, and it just was what it was. And she helped her come to the conclusion that she sort of did it on purpose to self-sabotage, because maybe she wasn't ready. Because she said, I tried to be this perfect image of what I thought the expectation was of me as a wife. But I don't know if I was ready for that, and if that was really truly who I am. It was the image, not the real Whitney. And so it seems that Whitney sort of self-sabotaged. And I kind of said the same thing when the whole thing happened, last season. I was like, girl, why would you even admit it? I mean, I guess, I don't know. I mean, I guess guilt gets to you. I don't know. I hate to say it like that. I don't want to make it seem like I'm heartless. Because, I mean, I have guilt. But, it is what it is, child. But that was pretty much the episode 4. So we're going to see where we are moving into episode 5, honey. Let me know what you guys think, and I will talk to you later. Peace.